USB audio one? Yes.
Yeah, is that working? Hello, hello. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, is that working? Hello, hello. Yeah.
USB one.
Okay. Okay. Okay, hi everyone. Welcome back. Let me know if you can hear me. We had a few technical difficulties. It's just the name of the game. It happens sometimes. But I'm back with a different mic and hopefully it's working now. I hope y'all are having a really great Thursday. Please let me know how it's going for y'all, what you've been up to, if you have any fun plans this weekend. For the Magic Council meeting today, we are going to be discussing the different class suggestions y'all gave, the different Magical Academy, Toongether Academy classes you want to see and you want to be in. So we're going to discuss some of y'all's suggestions and then continue with maybe speculation on who could the teachers be, what would the classroom look like. So please let me know in the comments any opinions, suggestions that you have. And yeah, let me know if you can hear me, of course, because that's important. Okay, so I'm going to first jump in to our Instagram voting that we did, which if you haven't voted yet, go check it out. These were all suggestions by y'all in our community on what y'all want to see at the Academy. So we're just going to kind of discuss what y'all had suggested. Oh, I need to refresh this and go all the way back to the beginning. All right, so as I said, y'all chose your Dream Toongether Academy classes, and now it's time to decide which ones will make it to the class schedule. So, first one from Lipe Books, they recommended magic fighting class to learn how to use magic in combat. So we have about 73% said yes, there's a few no's. Me personally, I'm not much of a fighter, but I can see the usefulness, especially if there is a student who is prophesized to become a Dark Teller. I feel like learning how to fight would maybe be fairly useful. So what do y'all think? Would you be interested in taking a magic fighting class? Me, I think it would be outside my comfort zone, but I'd be glad I did it. What do y'all think? All right, moving on. They recommended magical theater, which is really out of the box thinking. This isn't something that I would have even thought of, not something that would have come to my mind. But magical theater, that would be so fun. Like you floating instruments, you do like acrobats in the air with no strings. Like you could float in the air. I just thinking about all the ways you could use magic to do theater and to put on a show and a play could be really cool. But what do y'all think? Would you be interested in a magical theater class? Maybe it could be more of a club. What do y'all think? I think it sounds promising. I was never a big theater person, but if magic was involved, I think I could be. All right. Now we have transformation and shape shifting. I think this might be my favorite. Okay, this is kind of an embarrassing story, but whenever I was a kid, and people like adults or older children would ask me what I want to be when I grow up, I would always say a tiger. Like when I grow up, I want to be a tiger because I thought that you adults could turn into animals. I thought it was like a choice you could make. So this would be like my dream class if I could shapeshift and turn into different animals, like turn into a bird and then you can fly. You don't need to have magical flying powers. You just need to be able to turn into a bird. So I'm a hard yes on this class. I'm kind of surprised that I got 33% no's. Like, wouldn't y'all want to be able to shapeshift? Okay, next, this is a very classic one, very useful, very important. Chemistry and how to make wonderful potions. This was like, I think this was the winner out of all of them. This one got the most votes. Y'all want to make potions, I guess. Making potions sounds really fun, but whenever I think of the chemistry part of it, I was never big into chemistry as a student, but maybe because there wasn't magic behind it, it wasn't as interesting. So I'm gonna give this one a yes too. It sounds fun. It sounds fun. Maybe it could potentially be dangerous if it like blows up in your face, but it sounds fun. Okay, next, understanding and care of magical creatures. This is also a really great one. I can imagine that some of the magical creatures would be terrifying, like this one. But I think it would be cool that the class would probably take place outside, and it would be different than just a normal, boring classroom. So that's what sounds really cool to me. And I like animals a lot. Although magical creatures, they're probably not all cute and fluffy. Okay, and Canty said, we should have a spell to make any liquid into tea. Should we have a class specifically catered to that idea, like a magical canned tea class? Although, maybe there wouldn't be like a magical canned tea class, but we'll get to it later. But someone did recommend like divination, and there could be a tea leaf reading, like fortune telling using tea leaves. Does that appease you, canned tea, or do you want it strictly to be tea that is canned? Tea in canned form, or are tea leaves okay with you? Let me know. All right, moving on, botanical class. I also really like this one because I like plants, and again, it would be outside, good vibes, in a greenhouse. It's beautiful. And I think it'd be really interesting to learn about plants with magical properties. I think it would be really cool. This sounds really interesting to me. And then you can use plants to make like herbal remedies, and like it goes outside just a normal biology class because you can actually use the plants in spells, is what I'm thinking. So I like this one. Okay, dark magic. I want to know y'all's opinion on this one because personally, I feel like if you're teaching dark magic, people might take advantage of that and use it for evil. But then there's like defense, you're learning how to defend yourself against dark magic, so you're just learning for educational purposes, not for not for purposes to use it against people. But I feel like you're walking a dangerous line, a dangerous path, where potentially someone who's maybe prophesized to become a dark teller could use this class to their real advantage. So I don't know, this one's a bit risky, but it's still interesting. It's still cool. I like it. Okay, and yeah, divination. This is what I was speaking about earlier. Love this one, not just because I love astrology, but because it sounds really interesting. We can have tea, maybe not in canned form, but there will be tea, and tell our future, learn our future. I think it could be cool. And then we have healing magic. I also think this is a great one. Maybe not as interesting as dark magic, but I feel like it's for good. It's wholesome, and again, could be really helpful if there's a dangerous dark teller in our student class, if we're able to know how to heal people, because people may be getting injured. I don't know for sure, but it's definitely possible. And last but not least, we have different types of elemental magic, like the basics, because they'll need to start somewhere. So like air, water, fire, earth magic. Also really cool, really interesting. It's like Magic 101. So that is all of our recommendations by y'all. Also, a little shout out to these 4 creators that are featured this week. Shout out to them. Yeah, so those were all of our potential classes. And thank you everyone who gave their suggestions. It was really fun to go through all y'all's recommendations. And so lastly, we have, drumroll please, a selection of classes that will make it onto the Toongether Academy class schedule. So there are some, I believe, that are kind of a combination of several different classes. So there's going to be a lot of learning this year. So I want to start with, no, I'll go one by one and then we'll jump into each challenge. Or maybe we should check out, let's check out episode 4. Let's check out episode 4 first, and then we'll jump into the challenges where I'm going to need y'all's help. So comment what you think when we do the challenges. Okay, so here's episode 4 of Toongether Academy, our collaboration story. So I'm really excited. This is my first time reading it too, so I'm gonna be just as shocked as y'all are. All right, so episode 4, the classes. I'm really excited about this one because it feels like things are really getting started. The doors to the academy are gonna open, and I'm excited. All right, headmistress, headmistress, the time is nigh. The grand opening is almost upon us. We have yet to conclude this year's teacher selection. You must go recruit them. I would, my dear Brooke, my dear Brooke, but the prophecy I have just discovered concerns me deeply. I will assign the task to Mr. Dreamkey. I know I have read this one already. Okay, so deep underground in the bowels of the Toongether Academy dwells a being of unimaginable power, Mr. Flint Dreamkey, head of the magic operations and dusting. He is the Academy's caretaker and guardian. Master Dreamkey, the headmistress has tasked you with recruiting the new teachers. Very well, little Brooke, I shall be on my way. Before selecting candidates, the task requires a careful curation of the classes that will be taught at the Academy. This is where your input is needed. Mr. Dreamkey has begun his journey and will be seeking your help in shaping the classes and teachers that will join our Academy. All right, so this is where y'all then gave your suggestions for your classes. Also, I'm completely wrong because I already read this episode, but I forgot that it was already episode 4 because we already have 4 episodes. It's crazy. So that's when y'all gave y'all suggestions, and now we can jump into the challenges. I'm really excited about this. Okay. And yeah, again, good thing to note is y'all have until Monday, the 27th of October, so this Monday, to take part in the challenges in order to influence the next chapter, chapter 5 of our story. So get on that. You have the weekend to do it. And I'm really, really excited to see what y'all add. But let's do it together right now. And yeah, Ben Smith is saying, wow, 4 episodes already. Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, okay, let's read this together. It's my first time. And then, no, it's going fast, isn't it? It's so fun. It's so exciting. It's going fast, but at the same time, we're just getting started. Like, class isn't even in session yet. So there's still so much that we have left to discover and build and write together. So lots of exciting things. Okay, so one of the first classes that we have selected for the class schedule is the dark arts class. Thanks to several of you who suggested it and noted that it was a class that y'all would like to take. So, as you can see, classroom needed. So we need to kind of speculate how do we want to decorate this teacher's classroom? And what do you think the teacher of dark arts would be like? Because we are hiring. If you know any dark arts teachers, send them our way because we are hiring. And any interior designers as well. So for dark arts, I'm definitely thinking classroom first. The vibe is going to be dark. It's going to be moody. Maybe some like red candles, red or green candles. There's a vibe where you step into the room and you just feel uncomfortable. Like it's just a bit spooky in there. Maybe even like a dungeon type vibe. Let me know what y'all think. That's my idea for the classroom itself. And then for the teacher, I'm thinking the teacher also needs to look scary and a little evil. I'm also thinking, do we want to hire teachers that are not strictly human magicians? Like, do we want to venture our hiring process, spread it out to humanoids as well? I'm thinking, not specifically for dark arts, but like elves and teachers like that. Is that something y'all would like to see? Or do you want to keep it strictly to human wizards? What do y'all think? But for the teacher for dark arts, I'm definitely thinking someone who looks evil. I don't know much beyond that. I remember seeing a character when I was scrolling through that where you couldn't see their face. They were wearing a hood with the face, but it was just like shadow. Jenna Baby saying diversity is needed, different races. Okay, so we will look at outside the human wizard race into elven people and so on and so on. I'm thinking for dark arts, I don't know who would be best. Let's start looking. Let's just start looking at what we have. Well, first let's start with the classroom, right? I'm going to type in scary dungeon. And these are terrifying. I'm like, I don't know if a school would, I need to sneeze also. Let's see, there are quite a few great people and non-people for the job. Okay, true. Okay. All right, that's noted. Noted. The council welcomes your recommendations. Okay. These dungeons are really giving scary, which is obviously what I said I wanted, but it's not a great learning environment. So let me try like a vampire room. Oh wow, I don't know how to spell. Or sometimes I've done like a dark castle. It may give it outside. Ooh, like even like something like this could be cool because I feel like you're gonna need a lot of space to learn dark magic because things can really get out of hand. So I'm thinking even this is like a contender. This is a good one. I'm gonna favorite that, which is my new thing. I used to never heart or favorite things and then I would lose them. And I've learned my lesson and it has really changed the game for me. So I'm sure y'all already do it, but if you don't, really recommend. Okay. Ooh, this one would maybe be nice for the magical fighting class, if we're doing that. I'm gonna favorite that one too. Ooh. Okay. If anyone else has recommendations for searches, let me know. Maybe I can try Dark Castle Room and see if that changes things for me. Like something like this even. I know that's not a classroom, but this is more of like a mood board, you know? It doesn't have to be specific. But that's also a contender. Let me know if y'all like the background music. I like it. I think it sounds good. Okay, so let's try one more search, and then if not, I'm gonna go back to the OG one that I found because I think it worked pretty well. So let's try evil room. Did I already do that? Maybe let me try evil classroom. Evil dark classroom. Yeah, but it's gonna give, we need like a magical classroom, obviously. That's why I was looking up like castle. Yeah. Oh, not room. Okay, what about making a new one? Should we make a new one? Should we make a new background for each one? I had considered that, but I wasn't sure if y'all were along for the ride. Should we make a new background? If that's the case, I need y'all's suggestions with the prompting process. Because I want to know what y'all want to see. What kind of classroom? Oh my God, imagine this one. That is so scary. At my first birthday party, my mom paid a clown to come. I don't really know what she was thinking, but that, like, worst nightmare. Okay, I vote yes. I think they're quick. They are quick to do the backgrounds. That's a good point. Let's, oh my gosh, the spiders. This is like also, that could work too. Okay, let's do some, I'm getting carried away. I'm getting distracted. This happens. Okay, let's create the background. All right, guys, this is the important moment. Let me know in the chat, how do you imagine a dark arts classroom? I'm thinking dungeon vibes, dark Not a lot of light. The only light source is coming from some red glowing candles floating in the air. I should probably be writing this down. Okay. But if y'all have more suggestions or just want to change my idea completely, I won't be offended. We're doing this together, so let me know what you think. Okay. So I volunteer the words dark smoke as trivia. Okay, dark smoke, that's a good suggestion. Okay. Do y'all think it should be a dungeon? Like no windows, or is that taking it too far? Because we can either do dungeon, no windows, or it can be kind of like a gothic style room with large gothic windows and like columns. And then another question is, would the class have like traditional desks? Or can try both dungeon and windows. Okay, so it has the dungeon vibe, but still, okay. Dark dungeon. Let me know, should it be classroom or like should I add classroom to the prompt or just a room? Because do we need desks? Okay, dark dungeon. Dungeons don't normally have windows, because, right? Okay, empty classroom. Okay. Dark dungeon with gothic windows. And what else? Okay, let's see. Magical dark classroom with dark smoke, gothic windows. True. True. It's like, of course, it's a magical academy. So even if there are windows in the dungeon, doesn't mean the windows lead to outside. They could lead to another dimension. That's true. Good point. Reality isn't so simple for the Magic Academy. Okay. Dark smoke, gothic windows, and floating red candles. I'm gonna put eerie. We're getting scary. Okay. Submit. And while that is loading, let's think about the teacher. Like, this is kind of scary. But it's not, I don't know if he's magical enough. Like, I actually have an idea. I feel like while I'm scrolling through, actually, okay. Wow. Should we create the characters as well for the teachers? Or would y'all prefer to scroll through the characters we already have and we could choose several that give the general vibe? Let me know what y'all think. Because if we scroll through the characters we already have, we can choose like 3, and like a combination of them would be our ideal teacher. You said no desks is cool. I should have mentioned that in the prompt. That's my bad. Let's check if it's... Ooh! Yeah, they understood the assignment. That's nice. That is pretty cool. Good job, guys. Okay, maybe both. Let's create some new ones too. Okay. Maybe we can scroll the characters and get inspiration for, you know, so we can make sure we're all on the same page about what kind of teachers we want, and then we can create our own. All right, saved. That is pretty cool. Here, I'll go like this so we kind of get more. Yeah, 10 out of 10 background. Yeah, this one is nice. I'm gonna, even though it's already in here in my creations, I'm gonna give it a save anyway. Okay, let's go teachers. I think I might have created some teachers in the past who are a bit creepy, but I can't remember. Let's like scroll through here, get some inspo. Like this is, obviously, they look too young. They're not giving evil enough, but this is someone I created. But like the cape, the cloak is a nice, you know, nice vibe for dark arts class. So that's like one, you know, something like this. I know his outfit isn't giving magic. Let's keep it moving. She could be, I don't know. I like the outfit, the colors of it are giving dark arts, but I feel like her vibe, she'd be more, I don't know, like divination. Like it's not giving pure evil. You know what I mean? And honestly, neither are they really. I need to get my head in the game. They need to be pure evil. While we're scrolling, start sending your suggestions for how I should describe the character in the comments. I'm thinking cloak. I'm gonna like write my notes in the chat. I'm thinking cloak. Dark vibe, but like how can you even, I need to be more descriptive than that. Like exuding evil. Okay, someone asked, what is the app name? This is called toongether. I'll write it in the chat. It is a free mobile app on the Apple App Store where there are all these characters are completely free. There's hundreds of backgrounds, objects, characters where you can create your own webcomics. So you can either do long form stories or even short form stories where it's just one panel and you can collaborate with other people by remixing their panels and building one together. And right now we are working on our Magic Academy story that we are building between toongether, our team here at toongether, and the rest of the community. So we are deciding on our Magic Academy class schedule and what the classrooms will look like and what the teachers will look like. So I hope you're enjoying. It's super, super fun. So I recommend, if you have an iPhone, to download it. All right, this person looks interesting based on the face, but I'm not sure if the outfit is again not giving. I need some like cloak type vibe, like loose fabrics, flowing fabrics. That's just what I imagine in my head. This was someone like, let me put him as angry. That'll give the angry. You know how, okay, like he doesn't look evil enough again, but the way, like, you know, if you can't see their face, they're wearing a cloak and the face is just a shadow, that could be interesting. Ooh, even like, you know, something like that. All right, I'm gonna write my notes. So, cloak, evil, magical person. We could also even try something really simple and just see where it takes us. Like, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. She looks pretty cool. I think they should probably have red eyes though. They should wear all black. All right. What does he have? Oh, it was just an effect. Ooh. Oh my gosh. That would scare the students away. I think that this teacher he may be very qualified, but I don't think the children would attend class. I don't think the students would attend class. I think they'd be a bit scared. So maybe not something like that, but we can gain some inspiration from him. Like, yeah, a cloak, a black cloak with skulls. There's some inspiration there. All right. You said I'd change class or school. Yeah, I would drop that class. I would not be in attendance. I can tell you that much. All right, let's get a character. Okay, I'm just gonna do it like this. This is what I do whenever I am lazy. Okay, should we do a humanoid? I think, let's try. Okay. I'm gonna put a man wearing I'm gonna put an evil, magical person with red eyes wearing a black cloak with skulls. Do we have any more suggestions? I give y'all a few seconds to type into the chat. Let me know, is there anything I can add to that? Because I don't know. Like, should they have a beard? Should they have like bony hands or something? Or what else? Should they be wearing a hat? No, they have a cloak with a hood. I'm gonna put hooded cloak. What else? What else? What do y'all think? I also feel like the camera. I don't think that changed anything. All right, I'm submitting this. Let's go. Let's see what that gives us. You said a jacket. I'm sorry, I already submitted it, but welcome, welcome. Claw-like animal hands. Oh, I sent it right before I saw y'all's comments. Those are so good too. There's a little bit of a delay between my side and y'all's side, so I think I have to give it like 30 seconds to a minute to wait for y'all's responses. So my apologies. Let's see what we get. Yeah, sorry. Okay, I'm wondering if we wait or maybe let's move on and we can come back to this one once it's been created. Okay, now potions class. Okay, now we need to, yes, we should give names to these teachers too. So if y'all have any recommendations, I think we should see the teacher first. Let's see the character first. And then based on that, let's then assign them a name. But let's move on to potions class while we wait for our dark arts teacher to arrive for their interview. I know there's some really great potions backgrounds already, but like last time, we can create a new one just for funsies. So what do y'all think the potions class should look like? Obviously, there's going to be cauldrons, but are you thinking lots of colors? Like, for example, there's something like this. This is really cool. Or, there's something like this. This is a more neon colors. There's glowing potion, like glowing potions. Or do you think like something like this with books? There's a lot of great options. We may not need to create a new one for this one because I like what we have. Like in my head, when I imagine potions class, this is what I see. What do y'all think? While I wait for y'all's opinion, I'm gonna start thinking of the teacher. I feel like I'm biased whenever I think of a potions teacher, I think of Snape. But I think for our academy, we need a teacher that's not gonna bully our students. So I'm thinking that the chemistry and potions teacher should be someone a bit quirky, like that kind of frazzled scientist vibe with frizzy, frizzy hair. They from all the humidity of doing their potions, all the steam and the smoke has made them a little frazzled looking. I think they should wear like an apron with like vials. That's what I'm thinking. Let me know y'all's thoughts. Oberyn Quickspell. I like that. I like the name Oberyn. Okay. Let's request. Wait, I'm curious to see if. Ooh. Hold on, let's go back. I'm gonna save this. So we have our person. What do we think? The skulls are a lot. That's also really scary, but I think I like it. I like the fact that he has this shadow from the hood and the red eyes. His outfit choice is a little bit overkill. Haha. Anyway, but I think it's gonna work. Oh no, I'm low on coins. If you're watching this, I need more coins. All right, send a quick message. All right, so let's go back to the potions, and I think I maybe have, I think I maybe have the person for the job already. Thank you. Okay, someone asked, what's the game? This is toongether. I'm going to send it in the chat. It's the same name as my profile, my YouTube name, toongether. It's a free mobile app on the Apple App Store. And basically, to explain in the shortest way possible, it's a free mobile application where you can create your own webcomics using hundreds of different characters, backgrounds, and objects that you drag and drop onto the panel. So for example, we have all these characters, like so many, and then so many backgrounds and different objects, even shapes, where you can really design your panel the way you want. It's super fun. You could do a lot of people do long form stories with a bunch of different chapters and episodes, or you can just do short form stories, or what we call remix, where someone posts a panel and you remix theirs to respond. So it's kind of like responding with images, or you can even build a story together, collaborate on a story together that way. But what we're doing is we're crafting our toongether Magical Academy. And you ask, can you make your own characters? Yes, you can make your own characters. So you type in a description, which I'm actually about to do. So if you want to watch me do it, hang on tight and keep watching. Okay, so we're gonna craft the potions professor. So let me do, well, actually I don't need, okay, send us a request. I'm good on coins, thank you. Let's do just creative. I'm going to say, I think it should be a woman with, I think she should have like frizzy red hair. Wearing, I think she should also be like a traditional chemist. I think she should kind of have some lab gear. So like she's wearing goggles and an apron. But I need to make sure that I add she's magical, so they don't give me a traditional chemist. Like she's a potions teacher. And yeah, okay, Noah Varg, 39 episodes. Wow, that is super impressive, and you should be really proud of yourself. I'm curious, how long have you been working on this story? When did you start? Because 39 episodes is really, really cool. She is a wizard. Okay, wait, how can I? She has vials of magical potions in a belt around her waist. Her apron I'm gonna put a magical woman again. Just really push that it's magical. Okay, Noah Varg said, I've started in 2023. Wow. Okay, so it's been a long time that you're part of the toongether community. That's awesome. That's really, really cool. All right, let's submit that and see what we get. While that is happening, I'm gonna go back. I said, what about a wand sticking out of her hair? That is genius. And I'm so sorry, I sent it before I saw your comment. That is genius. You know what? There's other teachers that we are going to be creating. So I'm sure there's another class that would be appropriate to have a teacher with a wand sticking out of their hair. I think we can do that a bit later. while that is created, I'm going to come over here and go to my workshop where I had created this character. And so now that I've created them, it's now going to generate several different poses. And look, this is the one it created for the potions class. It's perfect. She would have been more perfect with a wand sticking out of her hair. But I'm really happy with this. I think she looks great, and I think she would be a great candidate to teach our potions class. So again, while those are generating poses, let's go back and work on some more backgrounds. So next up is stars, prophecies, and signs. Okay, and Novarg says, Raving will soon have 40 episodes on November 3rd for its first year anniversary. Wow, okay. So cool. Amazing. Congratulations. Okay, stars, prophecies, and signs. What are we thinking for the background? Let's create a new one. Actually, I don't need to do this. I can go over here to my workshop. Oh. Create a new one. Let's go to background. All right. Again, we need a new classroom for stars, prophecies, and signs. I'm thinking a classroom in an observatory with telescopes and constellations, but it's magical telescopes, like they're floating in the air. And there's also crystal balls on tables with scattered tarot cards and like cups of tea for reading tea leaves. What do y'all think of that? I'm gonna start typing and that gives y'all time to give me any suggestions that I can add. Okay, a magical observatory with constellations decorating the walls and stars, glowing stars. There are magical telescopes floating in the air. A classroom, so there's tables and chairs. Don't forget some astrology signs like Taurus or Scorpio. Good idea. I'll add that too. There are astrological. Here, I'll put constellations, astrology signs, and glowing stars decorating the walls. There are magical telescopes floating in the air. There are crystal balls and cups and mugs with tea, mugs on the tables. All right, what do y'all think of that? I think it sounds pretty cool. All right, I'm hitting submit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done? Someone asked, is toongether on Android App Store? Not yet, I believe. I believe it's only on the Apple App Store at this moment in time. Yeah, so not yet, not on the Android App Store, just Apple App Store currently. All right, was I waiting for anything else? Okay, it's still generating poses for these. The background should pop up soon. The backgrounds are really quick. Oh, yep, there was, I think. All right, let's see. Okay, yes, love it. We are killing the background game today. All right. Let's add that one. Check that out. What do y'all think? Only thing is this is blocking an important part. Maybe if let's do something like that. There we go. There we go. That is amazing and beautiful. I'm obsessed. Okay. I'm really happy with that. If y'all couldn't tell. So now we need to choose a teacher. How would y'all imagine, what if a class has a talking cat as a professor? That's a really great idea. Hold on, what are our other, should we do a cat for this one? Like, I'm thinking either a white or a black cat, or a silver. Like a silver to kind of give like a celestial vibe. A silver cat, again, wearing like a cloak with like a star or like a moon pendant. What do y'all think of that? Any additions? How can we like make it even more magical looking? Silver cat, okay. I like the silver cat idea. Also, aesthetically speaking, I think a silver cat would look really nice in this room. Let's do a cat and a hippie type person. It can be, what if it's like a teacher and their assistant and like the cat is the assistant or something? Why not do both? There are many teachers applying for this job, so we don't have to limit ourselves to one. All right, let's create them. Okay. Let's start with the cat. So, a silver cat or hippie cat. Should we do a cat and a hippie type person, wizard, or just hippie cat? What are we thinking? I say let's just do both. Just to have two different options, why not? I think it'd be fun. Let's try it. Okay, a silver cat wearing a cloak with constellations. No, decorated with constellations. And pinned together with a moon pendant. The cat is also wearing let's see, the cat had a hat, no? Yeah. Also wearing a hat decorated with stars. The tail had a 4-pointed star at the end. Let's try that. Let's see how it ends up. The tail of the cat ends... No, the tail of the cat has a star then. Let's just keep it kind of simple and see what happens. Okay, a silver cat wearing a cloak decorated with constellations and pinned together with a moon pendant. The cat is also wearing a hat decorated with stars. The tail of the cat has a star at the end. And when we decide on the, sorry, I just submitted, I didn't see the constellations in its fur. Maybe it'll like understand. Maybe it'll be like, this is really star heavy. Let's add some to the fur. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, whenever we decide on the names for these teachers, we definitely need to give the cat a celestial name, like something having to do with stars, because they're gonna be covered in them. Okay, now let's do the hippie teacher. Let's do creative. And let's see. What are we thinking for the hippie? Are we thinking a man, a woman? Lunaris. That's a great name for the cat. I'll make sure to keep that in my head. If I forget later, let me know. Yes, for the other teacher, the more hippie one, what are we thinking? Let's describe them. I'm thinking, let's see. Okay, a man with, let's give him like long, an elf hippie? Okay, I think we need to do humanoid then. An elven? Is that how, like, is that the adjective, an elven? Let's just do an elf man. Okay. Old with a beard and large glasses. He has long hair and is dressed in a bohemian manner. His clothes are I think they should be covered in stars and constellations as well to tie it together. Elven, okay. An elven man old with a beard and large glasses. He has long hair and is dressed in a bohemian manner. I'm going to put bohemian again. Bohemian clothes are covered in stars and constellations. He is wearing, I'm just going to put simple shoes, unless anyone has shoe-specific ideas. Should he be wearing purple? Oh yeah, I need to give it like, his bohemian clothes are purple. I'm gonna put deep purple. And blue. All right, I'm submitting that. Here we go. Okay, an elven man old with a beard and large glasses. He has long hair and is dressed in a bohemian manner. His bohemian clothes are deep purple and blue and are covered in stars and constellations. He is wearing simple shoes. Yeah, I'm thinking that one can be the assistant. Flip-flops are sand. Sorry. I always send it before I see y'all's. Okay. Oh, we have the cats. Oh, and look at the star at the end of the tail. So cute. Okay, let's get that one. I wonder if the other ones have finished. I think the other ones have their poses. Maybe we can go back to the other ones and see if they are finished. Let's go back to our first one. They're still not there, but let me check here too. Okay, they still need a little bit more time, I think, for the other teachers to arrive for their interview. So let's see if let's move on. I need to make sure I come back to them though, but let's move on. Okay, we still have Enchanted Theater script weaving class. Okay, we still have these two. All right, so now we need to think about a magical theater classroom. Obviously, there's going to be a stage, of course. I think there should be floating instruments. What else? What else are we thinking? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, that's perfect. Okay. This is for the last class we were working on. Love his vibe. He looks so nice. I'm gonna get him. A vampire theater teacher. That would be cool. All right, but let's start with the background first. Let me go back here, here, and here. So, a magical theater with a stage and floating magical instruments. What else are we thinking? I think that there should be... What hair product does he use? Yeah, his hair is so long and beautiful. It's the divination. It gives him hair powers. Yes, a stage, magical floating instruments. I'm thinking, what else? There should be a spotlight. Dramatic giant windows. Okay. I'm gonna put Gothic windows to fit kind of the Magic Academy Castle theme. There is a spotlight on the center of the stage. Are we happy with that? What do y'all think? I think that sounds pretty good to me, but is there something important that I'm missing? Yeah, oversized. I'll put dramatic large Gothic windows. All right, I'm sending it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right, so these are old things that I had created. Ignore those. Oh yeah, there should have been some curtains. Well, we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll create curtains itself. And now we need to do the teacher. So what do we think for the teacher? Let me put blah, blah, blah here. Yeah, there's like a 30-ish seconds delay, so that's why I send it without seeing. I'm sorry. Maybe I should, instead of counting down from 5, maybe I should count down from 30. Okay. Now we need a teacher. I think, whenever I think of theater teachers, they're usually very, I don't know. Oh, it's funny because the first thing that comes to my mind is like the High School Musical theater teacher with like the glasses. But we need to do something more. It's not just a theater teacher, it's a magical theater teacher. So, a vampire. Okay, let's do a vampire. A vampire woman. How should she be dressed? What do y'all think? Like, should she, oh my gosh, should she be like, okay, should she, because it's theater, should it be Shakespearean and she's kind of wearing like, she's a vampire from Shakespeare times? A Gothic vampire woman. I think she should be wearing kind of like clothes from Shakespearean times. Like how would a woman, like a very like extravagant dress, or what do y'all think? What do y'all think? 16th century clothing for women. I'm gonna look it up. What are y'all thinking? How should she be dressed? Or he, if y'all want to do a man. I'm giving y'all your 30 seconds so I don't rush ahead. Long dark red gown with black flowy sleeves. Okay. She is wearing a long dark red gown with black flowy but flowing sleeves. All right, what do y'all think of that? Velvet, okay, velvet. Let me put velvet. Ah, red velvet. All right, anything else? Like, should she wear like a mask? Like a, okay, corset. Okay, big puffy black flowing sleeves and a full luminous skirt. Should she wear like, yeah, a mask, like a masquerade mask, or yeah, a masquerade mask? That's what I was thinking, because that kind of ties into, I mean, like she must have done theater a long time ago when they would wear the masks to portray emotion. Okay, she is wearing a theatrical masquerade mask. Okay, dark green hair. Okay, she has big dark green. I love how descriptive we're getting. We're covering all our bases. She is wearing antique golden jewelry. All right, guys. I'm counting down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, masquerade mask, like the two emotions one. Exactly, that's exactly what I'm thinking. So I'm gonna put split in two. Split in two with one side happy and one side sad. Dark green puffy hair with, okay, decorated with jewels. All right, guys, I'm submitting it. Is there anything else I need to accept before we move on? Ah, yes, the magical theater. I mean, that looks pretty cool to me. I like that it's still like classroom vibe, you know? It's not, like, that makes sense for a theater in a classroom. I like that. Let's save that. And we're gonna add it. Here, 1 second. I'm gonna go back. There we go. And let's kind of get it off focus so you can see that there's like chairs here and the windows so you can see the windows. What about a wine glass too? Ah, sorry. Well, she'll be teaching, so I think she might get fired if she drinks wine during class. All right, cool. So I think that maybe she might. Oh my gosh, she is dramatic. Wait, I love it. And the hair is like that 16th century, if I'm not mistaken, hair. Like Queen Victoria hair. That is, how did it just, well, I guess because we said Gothic. Maybe it's the, I don't know why actually. But it understood the assignment and I'm really impressed. Okay, while we get some poses, let's save this and let's go back to the first one because I think the poses have been created. So, my creations, let's grab Mr. Skull Guy. Yeah, you're saying very Victorian. Yeah, I think that's so true. I think the hair, that is the very Victorian hairstyle. So it understood the assignment for sure. Yeah, she is definitely overdressed for class. She is coming to class serving. Okay. Let's see. What should this teacher's name be? We gotta name him. He's teaching dark arts. He is covered in skulls. I don't know where he acquired the skulls, but I think I can guess. His eyes are evil. They're glowing red, just like the candles he decorated the classroom with. I don't think his name is something like Bob. It's definitely terrifying. What are we thinking? What do y'all got? Also, his pose, he's like, I need to make like an eviler pose. Okay, let me put like mad. Okay, that's, you know what? I don't want him to be fighting in this class. Let's, there we go. Ooh, that's a good one because he made sure to get a manicure before class. He came prepared for the interview. Okay. Professor Dread. Let's do Professor Oberon. I want to include all y'all's names, so he's going to have like 10 names, okay? Professor Oberon, Roman, Lycar, Dread. Okay. And there we go. I want to make sure we can still see the classroom too. So let's add an onomatopoeia of him like mwahaha. If we have one, let's see. Maybe if I put evil laugh. Evil laugh. Yeah, Professor Owen. Yes, like this. Or wait, hold on. Let's see if there's any. All right. Yeah, I think the name did come out perfect together. Like, all of y'all really worked together on that name. Okay, our first one is finished. Post. And if y'all are watching this, don't forget to respond or remix the short I just did and say hey, and that you helped me claim your credit, that you helped create that because you did. What was I doing? Oh yeah, let's move on. Okay, potions. Let's see if she is ready. She is. She's gonna be talking. She's like, hey. What should her name be? What should her name be? Started with Professor, obviously. I'm thinking quirky names, but also kind of classic, like structured names. No. I don't know, actually. I don't know anything. I don't know if it should be like classic and structured or if it should be chaotic, because she looks kind of chaotic. I was thinking classic and structured because chemistry and like potions making is a very precise subject. But her herself, she's giving chaos, so I'm really conflicted. Clervy, that's cute. Beaker is a good idea. Clervy, Beaker. Guys, how are y'all so good at names? I am not good at names. I'm gonna put Clervy, Saki, Beaker. Saki sounds like a middle name to me. Oh no. Adam. Clervy, Adam, Saki, Beaker. I'm liking the sound of that. That's pretty cool. Professor Clervy, Adam, Saki, Beaker. All right. She's gonna have the longest name known to humanity. I'm gonna replace Adam because I think Beaker is the more like scientifically accurate for the chemists, you know? Clervy, Surami, Saki, Beaker. All right, next post. Potions class, done. All right. Actually, before we move on, maybe let's create for this one, just so we have time for it to create. So this is going to be a script weaving. So this will be a writing class, a magical story writing class. So I'm thinking a classroom, lots of books, lots of scrolls, and quills. But what else can we throw in there? Actually, I need to go here. And okay, a magical castle classroom with long wooden tables and benches. Ooh, a griffin for a teacher. Okay. The tables are covered in scrolls, ink bottles, and quills. The walls are covered in bookcases with old magical books. What else? I think we should maybe do large, dramatic Gothic windows again. There are large Gothic windows, letting light pour into the space. Tall shelves with scrolls coming down. All right. Hi, Red Instead. I see you on Twitch. So we're also streaming on YouTube as well. So if I'm responding, everyone, by the way, if I'm responding to comments that you don't see, it's because someone is either watching on Twitch or YouTube. Okay, Red Instead, to fill you in, we are we're working on the new challenge. If you haven't seen it yet, there's a new challenge on toongether where you are asked to give your suggestions for a classroom for the new classes that have been added to the schedule or the timetable, we're working on designing what the classroom will look like and selecting some teachers who may be fit for the job. So, and Bensmith says hi because they're watching on YouTube. Okay, so I think this sounds good. I'm going to submit. And now let's do the teacher. Someone said a griffin. We can do that. Should they be just like a traditional griffin, or should they have the face of a human? Maybe let's just do traditional. I'm just wondering, I'm asking because I'm wondering if I should do humanoid or just animal. While I let y'all kind of decide on what the teacher should look like, let me check out, let me see if the background is finished. Nice, okay. That is beautiful. Our backgrounds are amazing. Or our classrooms, should I say instead. Okay, griffin humanoid, okay. I'm going to zoom in a little bit just so we can get some of the details of all the scrolls and the ink bottles and the quills because they look awesome. Okay. Oh, and some more characters are there. Nice. Okay. Let's do the character griffin humanoid. A griffin with white long flowing hair. What else are we thinking? They're teaching a storytelling class, so how else can that influence their physical appearance? Like, do they wear glasses? Like, imagine a griffin with glasses. Okay, steampunk-esque top hat and a monocle. Okay, that's a good idea. Instead of glasses, a monocle. That sounds good. He is wearing a top hat and, oh wow. Oops. And heels. But can griffins wear heels? Wait, I'm looking at the Twitch comments as well. Okay. Should I give, what else y'all want? Oh, is top hat 2 words? Let's do top hat like that. Should it be, okay, she is wearing a top hat and monocle and heels. Okay, let's see how it turns out. Okay, I'm submitting it. And now let's go back. I think that's everything we've needed to create. So now let's go back to the other ones and finish those up. Okay. Where were we? I want to make sure I haven't forgotten any. Yeah, okay. This is next up on the list. All right, so as we said before, we have our bohemian hippie teacher. Sorry, I just see your message about a bow tie or a necktie that matches with her heels. I already submitted it. Maybe it'll add it, or we can maybe add it with an object. We'll see. When we get to that, we'll see. All right. So. I'm I'm just going to zoom in a little bit because of the angle. We're kind of looking up. And let's add his cat assistant flying through the air. Should he actually be able to fly like this? And now we need their names. Okay. Professor Luxor down here. And assistant. Oops. How does that look? Yeah, this class would definitely be my favorite. I would probably end up petting the assistant Lunaris, and I would probably get reprimanded multiple times. Okay, I'm reading Red instead. Says, my class is Care of Magical Creatures taught by Oriel d'Arden and her assistant Sora, and he is her familiar, a wind spirit. And yes, I'm already emotionally attached to them and already thought of some backstory and lore. That's awesome. I love the sound of that. Sounds so cool. Okay. Also, beautiful names. Oriel d'Arden. All of y'all have great name making capabilities, which I do not at all. So I'm really grateful for y'all's help. Okay. Luxor, Stellan. Oops. Okay. I see another name. Let's do like that. Okay, done. Let's post. Make sure I didn't. And now we just have these two left. Let's see. Okay. We have our dramatic Victorian era queen to teach our enchanted theater class. Now, what was the name for her? Someone recommended a name that was kind of Dracula-esque. Also, check out her teeth, her little vampire teeth. Let's have her, we got to show her outfit, obviously. But it's hard because I want to zoom in to show the teeth to make sure it's understood she's a vampire, but I also want everyone to be able to see her insane fit. So I'm kind of conflicted. I guess I could do a zoom in and, okay, let's see. Let's do both. Let's have her like this. And then let's do a little circle in the corner. Like me. Let me just search white circle. And let's add that to the corner where we can give a little zoom in moment so everyone can appreciate our amazing work. Let me put close up. Let's see if there's a, okay. I'm gonna put smiling so we make sure to see her teeth. Ooh. Actually, instead of the circle, bear with me guys, instead of the circle, I'm gonna do like a rectangle or a square. Or like this. There we go. Huh. Amazing. So good. Okay. Okay, Professor Drusilla. No, not that. Drusilla. Burton. Elvira. Burton. She's definitely giving Tim Burton vibes, so great recommendation. Okay. So cool. What do we think? Bloodstone. Okay. Put Bloodstone here. I think that is amazing. I think this might be my favorite one because I feel like whenever we were writing in our description, I was like, okay, this is a lot going on. I don't know how it's going to work out all together, but it looks amazing. It looks insane. So it's definitely my favorite. All right. Post. And for our very last one, we have script writing. So, do we have our Griffin? Oh my gosh. All right, guys. I should have accepted that earlier though, because it is going to take a little bit of time to generate the poses. So we're going to have to maybe wait for that. But you know what we can do while we wait for that is we can check out what other people have recommended already. Because I haven't seen yet, I haven't had a chance to look at what y'all have recommended yet. Okay. So here's one. Yeah, this is a great character for dark arts. Like her outfit, I love what's going on here. And it's also vampire. She's also a vampire because she's 1,206 years old. She's even older than our enchanted theater teacher, who is, I'm gonna say she's like 500 years old. Ooh. Okay. I love the spell he's casting. I love that how there's like runes inside. And here's ours with all his skulls. Ooh. Miss Cable. Okay. That room is terrifying. I would not want to have class there. Okay. Let's see what else we have. They all have done. Mr. Mill. Okay, I think these, let me go back to make sure I don't miss any of the others. Ocean's Class, let's see what we have. Mrs. Malley. Oh, look, they used our dark arts classroom for the potions. And there's ours. All right, let's see if our Griffin is ready. I don't think they will be, but that's okay. No. Okay, so our Griffin is still in progress for the poses. So what I'm gonna do is whenever she's ready, I'm gonna add it to the short and post it, and y'all will be able to check it out over there. And again, yeah, if you helped me with any of these shorts, please respond to mine and say hello, because you definitely need to claim your credit that you helped Without you, I wouldn't have even gotten close to what we were able to come up with. So please pop in, say I helped with this, and say hello, that you were part of the live stream. The Magic Council, shall I say. So let me see, let me check your last comments, and then I'm gonna let y'all go and end this council meeting until next week, when we will start again on having lots of discussions and lots of fun. So I'm just gonna read some of y'all's last comments. All right, so y'all gave some suggestions for the script weaving teacher. I will definitely, let me write those down before we go and save it so I have it here. Okay, I see Quillian. I'm just gonna write down all of them. My do not disturb turned off. Okay. Ink spell. Oops. Penelope. Spell scribe. And Luma. Griffith. Yeah, her last name will definitely be Griffith to drive it home. Okay, I'm gonna exit out of that and put save. And then I'll come back to it later. Reading your comments. Okay, Red instead says, "Oh, the red hair girl with green eyes. I used her for my first year. Lady Rose, a villainess who was caught and sentenced to death, but her charges were cleared by a mysterious hooded stranger. Cough, cough, probably headmistress. Cough, cough." Okay, interesting. That sounds pretty intense. And yeah, you're asking how many first years do we have this year? And yeah, that is a great question. I don't think we've counted yet, but after we do lots of paperwork, and then we can start counting how many students we have. But we'll need to do some paperwork together before we can decide on an estimate of the amount of first years we have. So everyone, thank you so much for helping me with designing our classrooms, choosing our teachers. And in the next few days, we're going to finalize our hiring process and hire teachers for each of our classes so that all the first year students know who their professor this year is going to be. I'm really excited to meet them myself and learn more about their story and their personalities. I feel like they're going to be some really interesting people who are going to add a lot to our academy. So I hope y'all enjoy as much as I do meeting all of our future professors and even seeing what the classrooms are going to look like. And yeah, so thank y'all a lot for coming and for talking to me, hanging out with me, and joining our council meeting and helping craft this wonderful story together. And I will see y'all next week on Tuesday. And I hope y'all have a great rest of your Thursday and a great weekend. Bye.